Yo, what's good, YouTube? This is Jay from TNJ, and this week we are going up against Arkansas State, and we're at home. So here's the thing: this is a good Arkansas State team. They're 3-1. We're also 3-1, but their two of their victories actually came from FCS teams. So they haven't really faced a lot of good teams. They got blown out by Missouri. You see that 40-7. But they are led by a good offensive attack led by Bonner at quarterback. And remember Omar Bayless last year, he straight destroyed us in that game last year. So we're going up against a stretch of a couple of tough teams, especially offensively. I don't think they're really defensive specialists, but offensively, we're going to have our hands tied. So here to start out this game, we do start out with the ball, giving it to Tyron Summers. And remember, he's building off of a great game last week. And Kashawn Curtin's performance actually got a little bit overshadowed. I think he was pretty good in that game as well. But here he is throwing the ball to the right side to Sam Forbes and picking up the first down on the 18-yard reception. So a nice way to start out this game, getting it to the senior there. So here's Tyron Summers getting going with an 11-yard carry as he moves the chains on that one. So now on a 1st and 10 from the shotgun, this time rolling out to the right. That one's tipped up in the air, and that one could have been more dangerous, but Sam Forbes does come down with it, and this drive does continue. So now on a 3rd and 15, already set up in this position. The pass rush is just too much that time, and Tyler Shelvin gets in for his first sack of the game. So like I said, this Arkansas State offense is no joke, as here starting out the game, there is Jamal Jones getting going for the 33-yard run to start it out on the offensive side for the Red Wolves. And here's another handoff up the middle and another 22-yard rush on that one. So now here is Bonner. That was just a bad decision that time, rolling the ball up the middle and pitching it back. So now on the next play, running another option, but this time Eric Hughes is going to be there for the stop. So now facing a 3rd and 9, a chance to get them to settle for a field goal, and we get the pass rush in there, and look who it is. It's Frederick Billups. Haven't seen him in a while. He gets in for the sack on that one, and that is a good sighting because we do have packages where him and Ruff are both on the field, and it's kind of like a run-stopping type of formation, but we also like Frederick Billups in the pass rush as well because he is a high-awareness player, and I do want to use that to our advantage. So now we do get them to settle for the field goal, and we come back out on the offense, and we give it to Tyron Summers for a first down on that carry. So now facing a 1st and 10, 4 minutes left in the first quarter, throwing the ball across the middle. Sam Forbes, he puts on a move and picks up the first down on that one. Nice pitch and catch there. So now on a 2nd and 11, here's Curtin facing some more pressure and taking yet another sack as we face a 3rd and 22 on this play, and the pressure gets to him on back-to-back plays, and that is Tyler Shelvin's 3rd sack in this game already. So now we punt the ball away, and here's Jamal Jones getting the carry, but Xavier Davis in for the stop on that one. But on a 3rd and 4, here is Bonner throwing out to his tight end Setzer, and he's picking up the first down. So here's Jamal Jones getting the handoff here on a 1st and 10 and moving the ball pretty nice and picking up 8 yards on that one. So now on a 3rd and 2, handing the ball off is Jamal Jones, and he's getting stopped by Alan King. And this is exactly the thing that I wanted him to improve on the most, his tackling. He's pretty good in coverage, and he makes the play in the backfield. And Arkansas State does try to kick the long field goal, but that one's going to be wide to the left. So now we're set up a good field position here on the ensuing drive to start the second quarter. As here's Tyron Summers picking up a good chunk of yardage on that carry, picking up 8. So now we do eventually pick up the first down, move up into the plus territory now, and on a 1st and 10, Sam Forbes gets the reception that time for 22 yards, moving into field goal range. So here is Justin Johnson, his turn, and the sophomore moves the ball inside of the 5-yard line. And on a 2nd and goal, here's Curtin handing the ball off to Tyron Summers, and he fights his way in for the touchdown, and we take the early lead here to start the second quarter. So now here, Arkansas State back out on offense. Here's Jamal Jones getting the carry, and he is just torching us in this first half as he's picking up really good blocking so far in this game. So now here's Omar Bayless getting the reception on the left side, and that's another first down for Arkansas State. So now on a 1st and 10 close to the 50-yard line. This time we had some penetration, but Jamal Jones just found the crease, and another first down for this offense. So now on a 1st and 10 past the 50-yard line this time, Eric Hughes does get in for the tackle for loss, and we do force a 2nd and long. So here's Bonner on a 2nd and long, finding Jackson, and we just cannot keep these guys in front of the sticks as they pick up yet another first down. So now on a 1st and 10, here is Grant, this time the fullback, getting in and picking up another first down. So 16 yards on that carry. So now on a 1st and goal at the 6-yard line, here's Grant, but this time we are going to get to him, led by you-know-who. And here they are back on a 2nd and goal, getting another pass to the outside, but the defense is there. I mean, we're showing up here in the red zone. So now on a 3rd and goal, here is Bonner throwing to the middle and a wide open Omar Bayless. And you see the frustration as he drops a wide open touchdown, and we do get them to settle for the field goal. Lucky for our defense there. So now on a 2nd and 10 here with a 7-6 lead, getting the ball out to Jack Kleck, and Jack Kleck's gonna dive for the first down, picking up 13 yards on that one. So a couple plays later here on a 3rd and 5, throwing the ball out to Justin Johnson, and the sophomore does pick up the first down. So we're closing in on 2 minutes left in this half, as here's Curtin from the shotgun one more time, finding Angel Gonzalez, and he's picking up a first down. First time you hear his name called in this game. So here's Jimbo Brown finally getting into the game, as he gets in for power situations a lot, but he does pick up a good 6-7 yards on that one. So now on a 3rd and 4, Jack Kleck wide open over the middle, getting the catch and moving the chains and getting inside the 5. So now we're trying to milk this clock as much as we can to not allow them to get any yardage or any more points back on the board. And Tyron Summers does finish off the drive, and that actually does take us to halftime, as they weren't able to move the ball at all, and we go into half with the 14-6 lead. So now to start the second half here, we do start out with the ball, as here is Tyron Summers getting the handoff on the counter action, and he's getting to the outside on that carry. So now on a 3rd and 3, a couple plays later, here is Summers moving the ball once again. And here's the thing, we found an identity with this new playbook. Remember, we did switch to the Indiana playbook, and they have a lot of running formations, as here's Summers getting another screen pass and another long gain. And I think I like this kind of rushing attack that we use Summers with, because he's more of a speed back, and you can see the drives that we put together now with him as a lead back out of the shotgun with these great running formations. They're just a lot smoother. I mean, we don't have much trouble really moving the ball as far as on the ground. I think over or through the air is where we come away with the most difficulty, as we don't have a lot of receivers who can create a lot of separation. I think we're getting better each week with the passing concepts, but we eventually do actually settle for a field goal on that first drive. So on the next drive here, Arkansas State with the ball, down by 2 scores now, facing a 3rd and 13. Here's Bonner throwing the ball deep, and Malik Great gets burnt on that one, as Omar Bayless, remember, he was the guy that torched us last year, and he's back for round 2 as he picks up another big gain on that one. So now on a 2nd and 7, throwing the ball to the right side, and Allen King is going to get there on Colin Jackson, but not before he picks up a 15-yard gain. So now on a 1st and 10, here's Jamal Jones. Look at the blocking on that carry, as an outside handoff turns into a touchdown. And Jamal Jones, I mean, that guy, he is something else. He's breaking tackles. Pretty much every hole is wide open for him in this game, and now it's down to a 1-score lead. And here's Kashawn Curtin back on the next drive, throwing the ball across his body. Nice throw to Sam Forbes on that one. So now on a 1st and 10, rolling out to the right side, trying to pick up some yardage and throwing across the middle, and that one's actually going to be picked off. Trying to get that to Mike Harrison, and it is unfortunately picked off. You can see the corner. That's a nice play. He had a decision to make, either go with Mike Harrison across the middle or stay put, and he actually went with Mike Harrison, and that's actually just a nice defensive play. So now we have to play some defense here, and Xavier Davis has a pick in his hands and drops it. So now this drive continues, as here's Crawford Jr. getting the screen pass to the left side, but Ryan Marshall is going to be there for the tackle. So now on a 3rd and 8, here is Bonner. Another clean pocket, throws across the middle, and that one's going to be dropped by his receiver. That was actually really good coverage, but the receiver probably should have came up with the catch that time. So now here on the next drive, here is Summers picking up a first down after a couple broken tackles that time. Nice run by him. He's closing in on 100 yards, already 20 carries in this game. So now here on a 1st and 10, throwing out to the right side, finding Sam Forbes for yet another 10-yard gain. So now on a 2nd and inches, getting it out to Tyron Summers, leaving the defenders in the dust and picking up 21 yards on that screen pass. So now we're at the 50-yard line on a 1st and 10, and here is Jimbo Brown getting the handoff, and he cuts it upfield and picks up 8 as we are now closing into plus territory. So now on the 2nd and 7, here is Angel Gonzalez putting on a move on the defender, and he has a clear running lane to the end zone, and he's gonna pick it up. Look at the move that he puts on this defender. He had no shot after he hits the deck, and Angel Gonzalez, the sophomore red shirt, comes through with the long touchdown. And we needed a play on offense to get this defense going, because we've been giving up long drives all game, but it hasn't resulted in touchdowns. But we just need to stop them, get a couple of punts, as Oliver Saxon actually does come up with a couple of tackle for losses, and we do get them to punt the ball away. So here, back on our offense, can we make this a 3-score game? As here's Tyron Summers getting the swing pass, picking up 5 yards. So now on a 2nd and 5, here's Jimbo Brown picking up a 5-yard carry, and he's going to get the first down on that one. So now we're into plus territory, as here is Brett Mason, the fullback. He gets a carry for 4 yards up the middle. Don't see that from him too often, but he's getting in on that one. So now on a 3rd and 5, rolling out to the right side. We learned our lesson on the last one. Instead of throwing it back to the middle, we throw to the outside, and that one's going to be dropped. So now we're at a 4th and 5 situation. We're in good territory as Tyron Summers picks up the first down on that one. That one needed to be well blocked, and it was, as Tyron Summers goes over 100 yards with that carry. So now getting it to Garrison Burnett, and he actually doesn't get it in too often. And remember, we kind of pointed out that, you guys actually pointed this out, that Garrison Burnett actually can throw the ball pretty well, as he might be a quarterback, but we do have him lined up at receiver this year. We'll probably look at switching his position come next year. So now we did get encroachment penalty on that. So now we got an automatic first down, and now we're inside the 10-yard line. So now on a 2nd and 2, rolling out to the right, trying to throw the ball to Mike Harrison, and it is picked off in the end zone, and that is just, I'm not even mad at that. That was actually the Sam Forbes. I'm not really too mad at that. We're just trying to take a chance that time and maybe go for it all and try to put this game out of reach, and we actually force a turnover for our offense. So now on a 3rd and 10, look at Allen King, the big tackle on Jamal Jones. He's been having so many big tackles this game, as he's actually been balling the last couple games. I think Allen King has performed the best, and I'm excited for what the future brings to him, because he's going to be a major part on this defense as a sophomore. So now 2 minutes left in this game, just trying to run the clock and move the ball at the same time. And you can see Arkansas State calling these timeouts, as they are still in this game, but they do need to come up with a stop. So now on a 3rd and 1, getting it to Tyron Summers, and that's a 2-yard carry and enough to move the chains. Look at Tyler Shelvin. I mean, look at the game that he is having. 3 sacks, 7 tackles. He is just having a monster game for Arkansas State, but it's just not going to be enough, as we do actually sub in our backup running backs and backup quarterback, as here is Garrison Burnett getting the end around once again, trying to get him the ball. And we need to figure out ways to get him the ball. He's probably one of the most athletic guys on the team, but we just haven't figured it out yet. He's not really a pass catcher, but getting him in these jet sweep situations, we can probably use that a little bit more. So here's Keith Sarkis Jr., and he's a junior this year, and he's actually really good. If it wasn't for Tyron Summers, he would be the speed back. As you can see, he's getting in for all these carries, and he eventually gets in for the touchdown. Keith Sarkis Jr. for his first touchdown of the season and his first of his career. So now, I want to use him in situations where, Tyron Summers needs a break and we need a speed back. Keith Sarkis Jr. is going to be that guy. He's going to get in, and Tyron Summers doesn't really get too tired, but he did have 25 carries, and I don't want to give him that many carries because it does risk injury, but he did have 5 yards of carry in this one, and he was a monster. But he goes over 100 yards for the second consecutive game. Sam Forbes leads the team in yards, 82. Angel Gonzalez has the lone touchdown with that nice catch and run after, and the defense actually balled out. I actually thought they did really good. Look at Allen King, 3 tackles for losses, 11 tackles, and that's a game. That's how you play. Oliver Saxon and Eric Hughes actually had a really big impact on this game. 2 tackle for losses for each of them, and I think that having those 2 at the outside linebacker positions definitely helping our team stop the run, especially. So we're going to be looking to build off of this win going up against Louisiana Lafayette. And remember, they actually won the conference championship the first year in this dynasty, and they have a really, really good offense led by Trey Regis, so you don't want to miss that one. So hit subscribe, hit that like button. We'll be back for the next episode. Louisiana is going to be a good matchup, so stay tuned. Let's get it. Let's go.